Natural Health 360 channel warmly greets you, dear friends who are walking with me on the journey of well-being after turning 50, 60. Just yesterday, a kind woman called and asked me, "Doctor, why is it that just pressing a small point at the elbow, the Xich Ze acupoint, makes my stiff neck and sore shoulders feel lighter almost immediately?" I paused for a moment, and smiled. Because that was exactly the same question I asked myself more than 20 years ago, when I first began studying acupuncture and kept wondering throughout my early years of practice, how can a tiny point on the arm ease the heavy, stone-like ache of the neck and shoulders? The answer doesn't lie solely in traditional or modern medicine, but in how we understand the deep connection between different parts of the body, and between the body and the mind. So today, I'd like to sit down and share with you, dear friends, some thoughts about Xich Ze, also known as Lu5, a special acupoint often referred to as the one-point solution for relieving neck and shoulder tension. Let's start with a simple image. When we experience neck and shoulder pain, especially after sleeping in a bad position or sitting too long, we instinctively think of massaging the area that hurts. But sometimes, it's the distant points that help restore flow. Like a river blocked at its source, clearing debris downstream can free the whole current. Xich Ze works just like that. It sits in the hollow of the inner elbow, but functions as a vital neurological transit hub. Modern medicine tells us that the elbow area contains major nerves, like the radial and median nerves. When we apply pressure or acupuncture at Xich Ze, the body receives a stimulus. Nervous system responses are activated. Blood vessels dilate, blood rushes to the neck and shoulders, muscles relax, and pain fades. I once treated a patient named Mr. Hung, 62 years old, who had been a long-haul driver for decades. Every morning he woke up with a neck so stiff, he had to turn his whole upper body just to look sideways. After just a few sessions working solely on Xich Ze, he told me, "Doctor, it feels like someone untied a rope around my neck." Sounds strange, right? But if we understand it through the lens of traditional Chinese medicine, TCM, it makes perfect sense. According to TCM, Xich Ze belongs to the lung meridian, and although this meridian doesn't run directly through the shoulder, it connects internally with the large intestine meridian, which does pass through the neck and shoulders. So when we stimulate Xich Ze, we're also indirectly influencing the entire neck-shoulder region through these internal pathways. As the ancient masters said, to treat the pain, do not always treat at the site of pain. Understand qi, blood, organs, and channels, and find the key points that unlock the body. One fascinating effect of Xich Ze that I love to mention is its impact on our emotional state. You may not notice this, but every time this point is pressed or needled, people often feel relaxed, light, even sleepy. That's because stimulation here prompts the release of endorphins and serotonin, two hormones modern science calls the happy chemicals. That's why many patients return from acupuncture not just pain-free, but happier, with better appetite and deeper sleep. I often tell my patients, our body is a wise system. Nothing happens by accident. A single point, far from the pain, can be the key to unlocking tension elsewhere. But I want to emphasize something important. Today, due to lifestyle changes, chronic stress, and irregular habits, a single point is often not enough for complete healing. That's why I often combine Xich Ze with other acupoints, tailored to each patient's cause of pain. This method is called two-hand, two-foot therapy. If the neck and shoulder pain is due to cold wind, or sleeping with a fan, I pair Xich Ze with Feng Kai GB20 to dispel wind and cold. If it stems from mental stress, anger, or overthinking, I use He Guli4 to regulate liver fire and calm tight muscles. If caused by poor digestion, phlegm, and internal dampness, I add Feng Long ST40 to clear phlegm and detox the shoulder from within. For degeneration of the cervical spine, dry joints, or chronic numbness, I include GNULI15 to nourish local blood flow and strengthen the neck. Dear friends, when we reach our 50s or 60s, we begin to understand each pain more deeply. The cracking sound of a joint, the numbness after a wrong sleeping posture, all become reminders. This is the time to learn to slow down, to listen to the body, to heal through gentle, natural methods. Xich Ze, though small and hidden in the elbow, can open a healing door for the entire neck and shoulder area. It reminds us that sometimes, just the right touch in the right place can transform a whole region of the body. I hope today's sharing doesn't just help you understand this therapy better, but also inspires curiosity and love for your body, the only true home you have. If you found this video helpful, please share it with your loved ones and friends, so more people can know that health is not far away. It lies in every breath, every fingertip, if we learn to touch the right point. Wishing you peace in body, clarity in mind, and joy in spirit. See you again in the next video.